If you've ever played paintball, you know what it feels to face the impossible. All your friends are gone, you're low on ammo, and the other team is surrounding you. How do you face a challenge that seems impossible? When you're outmatched, outnumbered, and everyone else is running for cover. Can you trust yourself? Our confidence is tied to the value God sees in us and how we see ourselves. Even when others try to discourage us, we can remember that God has given us all we need to thrive in our purpose. This is evident in the Bible story of a young man named David. Let's unpack that. Before we move on, let's define a couple terms today. Confidence, believing in your own trustworthiness, rooted in God's faithfulness. Communication, the process of clearly and effectively exchanging information about the value you carry. Let's go back to David. When King Saul told him he was too young and inexperienced to fight Goliath, he didn't list his own strengths. Instead, he pointed to God's track record. He said the same God who delivered him from the lion and the bear would deliver him from the giant. David's confidence wasn't based on his own ability, but on God's past faithfulness. He knew God had prepared him. In the same way, our confidence doesn't come from a perfect resume, but it comes from remembering the lions and bears God has already helped us overcome. Our past victories are the training ground for our future battles. Confidence is built by looking back at God's faithfulness so we can look forward with faith. Let's dive deeper. In 1 Samuel 17, David's confidence is on full display as he tells Goliath, "You come to me with a sword and a spear and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of armies of Israel, whom you have defiled." David knew the battle wasn't his. It was the Lord's. His confidence was in God's name and God's honor, not his own skill with a sling. There were two things that empowered David in this passage. David knew who God had called him to be. God chose David to be the leader of his people, Israel. That calling gave David the responsibility to stand and fight. David trusted God's ability to work through him in the present by remembering God's faithfulness. He believed that God would empower him to overcome Goliath, just as he had with the lions and bears. This points back to our core identity found in Ephesians 2 verse 10. We are God's masterpiece. If we are his masterpiece, our value isn't up for debate. It's already settled by the Creator. Standing firm in that identity is the source of all true confidence. We don't have to prove our worth, we just have to live it out. With confidence we've built, we can also offer ourselves as a solution to other people's problems, helping to serve them. By informing employers or customers, you may communicate a quality they are lacking. Congratulations, you've just added value to a job. Here's some practical tips for communicating confidence. Maintain eye contact. Show your listener that you are focused on their needs. Pronounce your words clearly and control your volume so that you are heard well. Ask questions to clarify what your listener does or doesn't understand about their needs. Validate your listener's experience by showing awareness of their current workload. Keep in mind how your listener's needs may be affecting their emotions. Remember that trust develops over time. Finally, consider how your listener can help direct you along the path towards your goals. Let's recap today's lesson. True confidence itself isn't self-made. It's God-given, rooted in our identity as His masterpiece. Confidence is built by remembering God's past faithfulness in our lives. Our history with Him fuels our future. Clear communication helps us inform others of our abilities. Practice tools. Maintain eye contact. Pronounce words clearly. Ask questions. Validate your listener. Keep their needs in mind. And remember, trust is built over time. The takeaway is this. Confidence isn't about fearlessness. It's about knowing that even when you are afraid, God is faithful. Before we close, here's some questions to reflect on. What are the lions and bears God has helped you overcome in the past? What giant are you currently facing that requires you to trust in God's strength over time? Thank you for joining me today. In our next episode, we'll explore what it means to be called to grow. See you then.